Alright guys, well I just got finished watching the Apple event today. This will probably post tomorrow, so it was the Apple event yesterday. But I got some things to say, some things to talk about. I am a huge Apple user, if you didn't know, so my main editing machine is a iMac. I have a work laptop that is a MacBook Pro. I have an Apple TV at home, several of them, and have had several of them in the past. The whole family is rocking iPhones. I have a iPad Pro that I've used to do full video edits on and things like that. Yeah, I think that runs the gamut there. A lot of Apple products. Oh, Apple Watch. A lot of Apple products there. So always excited whenever we get a new Apple event to see what's going on at Apple. I missed the first little bit of this event. I'm going to be going through MacRumors, had a live stream of it with their thoughts and information. I'm going to use that as a timeline reference to back up what I did watch. But it does look like they did talk about podcasts and the new podcast app that's going to change the way that everybody does podcasting. Interested in that for sure. I do listen to a lot of podcasts, so always interested in that. But let's first talk about the first thing that I saw, which was the new color for the iPhone, which is the new purple iPhone. Obviously not too interesting to me. I do like the new colors that Apple has been coming out with. I have the new 12 Pro iPhone and I got the greenish color just because it's new, different, and I thought it looked cool. I definitely see the wife liking this one and wanting to pick it up. So new purple iPhone. Find My, again, this is really cool. A lot of services have used this kind of technology before to find your keys, to find bags, wallets, whatever, and Apple is integrating this new chip into their Find My service that you can use on your iPhone, so you can get you can see exactly where your thing is that you have it attached to, and it is shaped so it can be attached to several different things like a bag, like keys. And again, this isn't exactly useful for me. It would be useful, but not something that I would use as much as maybe my wife, because we've used Find My to find her phone and AirPods before, stuff like that. So very cool technology. It seems like they're keeping a lot of data secret and under wraps so that it's not hackable. Something that Apple's pretty good at, so I trust them for the most part there. Moving next, we did talk about the new Apple TV 4K. I do have the 4K Apple TV now, and this is a new one, which fixed one of my biggest things about the Apple TV, which is the remote. So right now it's just a small black glass remote. It's better than the old aluminum remotes that had just a few buttons on it. At least it has more buttons for interfacing with it. But especially with it being glass, I've shattered them before, and this new one, it's thicker, it's got more buttons or better button layout, and it's got the circle part in the middle again, and more physical but also touch buttons. That excites me a lot. I don't really watch any of the Apple Plus programming. I did like the trailer that they showed for one of the new Apple TV shows, but mostly the new Apple TV 4K, would it have a new processor for, the adjusting color balance thing was actually really cool, that you can hold your phone up to it and it will scan and interface and adjust the color balance of your TV. It actually adjusts the color balance of the signal coming out of the Apple TV and not actually adjusting the color balance of your TV itself, which is really cool. But again, I think the biggest thing there is the just the upgraded system and the remote. because I assume any kind of software things that came out of this you will get on the Apple 4K that we have, the Apple TV 4K that we have right now. And moving on to the next thing that I was really excited to see, the M1 chip in an iMac. Again, I run an iMac for all my video editing. It is sluggish on H.265 file formats. I've seen a lot of really cool things. I've even considered doing one of the M1 Mac Minis with an external display to replace this, if I could get one with good storage and everything. But then I wanted to hold out and see what they did with the newer iMacs, as well as just a newer Mac Pro. We didn't see that today, but we did see new iMacs, and they're in all new colors. I love when Apple does color stuff. I was always hated it that Apple tried to stick so much to the silver and black and got rid of colors from their designs. And now that they're back, I'm not super thrilled. I like the white. The blue's okay, but most of the colors, they don't excite me that much. I would like to see a solid black one, or have all of those and still have the space gray or something like that. But if I had to get one, probably would get the white or black and just deal with it like that. That being said, these are only going to be a 24-inch, so that replaces the 21-inch, which is their smallest model right now. And they didn't announce a 27-inch, a 32-inch, or anything. I'm rocking the 32-inch, and couldn't go any smaller than that for sure. The 24-inch does have Thunderbolt connectivity, so you could theoretically hook it up to another monitor and rock 2 monitors. Again, theoretically, I would do that, but still gonna have to hold off and see what they do, either with maybe an iMac Pro or just the Mac Pro. I'm really excited to see if they're gonna do something better with the Mac Pro. Although what they have now is pretty good as well, just that M1 chip is super exciting. And if you saw my last video, or it might publish after this video, I had a lot of issues editing the last video that I published for my main channel. There was all 6K raw footage from the Zcam. I don't think it was the footage's fault. Might not even be necessarily the computer's fault, but the computer teamed up with an Adobe update and that footage, and it not being able to all fit on the computer's hard drive itself. So streaming it from an external hard drive, I was just having a lot of issues. So having a better dedicated system for video editing would be nice. With the colors, with the size and everything, I think it would be a good kind of introduction for my wife to get one. She has a nice Air with the M1 chip, which I haven't played with at all. But if she was getting an iMac desktop, this would definitely be something that I think would excite her more than it excites me. The new magnetic power cord is interesting. The only issue I have there is it better be a strong magnet, because I move my monitor back and forth, tilting, whether I'm standing up working or sitting down working. I have it at a different tilt. And every once in a while, the power cord that's on it now can pop out. So I'll like reach behind and hold the power cord as I move the monitor back and forth. If this is a strong magnet, that could solve that problem, or it could make it worse. Interesting to see there on exactly how that feels. Integrating the Ethernet cable into the power brick, smart, very cool, I like that. The new keyboards with Touch ID, with color matching to the iMac that you buy. Again, it's a nice touch, and it's an Apple Touch. I definitely like that they're bringing color back to their designs, although none of them really excite me. And then there's the price, $12.99 for the standard ones, $14.99 for some of the extra colors. and some extra bits. I'm not exactly sure why they did that, why some colors are like exclusive to a higher dollar amount. But I guess if you're rocking orange, yellow, or purple, people will know that you spent more money on it. And again, I would love to play with and run Big Sur on the M1 chip on an iMac, but for me, I don't think that's this system isn't exactly what I need. Definitely needed the bigger screen, and if I'm going to upgrade from what I have, I would like to get a lot more beefy of a system. But that brings us on to something that one of the things that impressed me and excited me the most. Again, I do have an iPad Pro that I use all the time. I use it to edit thumbnails for YouTube. I use it to edit pictures, do Photoshop stuff. I've used it to do like concept sketches for videos that I'm working on. I've used it to completely edit videos. I've taken it to travel with me, plugged in a dongle, downloaded or edited straight from the dongle on here with LumaFusion. This thing is a beast, and putting an even more beastly processor in it with the M1 chip sounds amazing. I also own the very first iPad, and this being 1,500 times faster than the original iPad. Of course it is, but that's a pretty cool number to see. You can get it up with 2 terabytes of storage, which is really great if you're using it the way that I use it. I've never had the accessories for like the keypad or anything like that, but definitely want to look into it more. They have the 5G connection in there, so that if you have cell support in there, you can get the 5G coverage, which is cool. I've never had an iPad with cell service, so I've just never needed it. The new cameras seem pretty cool. I'm one of those weird people that say never hold up an iPad to use the camera somewhere, but in this modern age where more and more street journalism is going on, more and more people using different things for filming. I'm using the iPhone right now to film me to do this little segment. Those cameras are becoming more and more important, and having better rear-facing cameras on there with cool technology, always good. And the updates to the front-facing camera on this, with this new thing that they're calling center stage, is pretty cool. So you can have the front-facing camera on you, and it's a super wide front-facing camera, but it still crops in the resolution. But as you walk around, it will actually pan and follow you. It'll zoom in and zoom out if multiple people are in the frame. That is super cool, and you'll see a lot of that on YouTube here pretty soon. People using that camera and getting some pans and follows and zooms straight from that camera into their video. The smaller version of the Pro is got the same screen, I think, but the newer one has a new Liquid Retina XDR screen, which they developed a whole new LED, mini LEDs to be in it with extra brightness. Some of the technology that they cram into these things just blows me away. And the fact that they could have probably put the same exact display in this new one with the M1 chip and everybody would have been just fine with it, but they still added this new LED technology to it, blows me away. And seeing some of the feedback from developers and stuff like that, obviously they're going to put good feedback, but it seems like it's going to be a really great device. And probably out of everything that I saw was the one thing that caught my interest the most, even though I was more looking forward to the iMac updates. All in all, at the end of the day, most of the stuff I would say was geared towards stuff that I would get for my wife, and not me personally as a Pro user, except for that iPad Pro. but it's a good basis for where Apple is going, and I like it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing more and what they come up with in the next few years. If they get a big 32-inch iMac Pro with an M1 or greater chip and some really cool specs in it that looks like this and can perform, super excited about that. But with that, guys, I think we'll wrap it up there. I hope you enjoyed my quick take on the Apple event today. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you thought about the event and my thoughts. And as always, thanks for watching.